The news coming out of Borno State this Sunday, March 1, 2026, is the kind that stops you in your tracks and demands your full attention. Boko Haram insurgents, operating under the banner of ISWAP, the Islamic State West Africa province, launched a deadly and coordinated attack on a Nigerian Army forward base in the Banki axis along the Bama-Gwaza Road in Borno State. By the time the guns fell silent, an army major was gone. His name was Major U.I. Mairiga, and he was not the only one. Several other soldiers also lost their lives, with some personnel reportedly retreating into surrounding bushes as the base was overwhelmed. This is not just another attack. This is a named officer, a ranked official, a man who dedicated his life to protecting Nigeria, killed at his own base on a Sunday morning. Here is exactly how it happened. The assailants struck the forward base operations near Banki Junction along the Bama-Gwaza Road in the early hours of Sunday. They arrived in coordinated units, moving with the kind of tactical precision that security analysts say only comes from careful planning and reconnaissance. Heavy gunfire erupted and lasted for hours as soldiers at the base attempted to repel the attack. But the insurgents had the advantage of surprise and coordination, and they eventually overwhelmed the military position. Major Mairiga was killed during the fierce gun battle. The Nigerian Army has not issued any official statement acknowledging the attack, the casualties, or the material losses as at the time this report was filed, a silence that has become a deeply frustrating pattern for Nigerians watching these attacks unfold in real time through social media and investigative journalism, while official silence stretches on. What makes today's attack impossible to view in isolation is the relentless pattern of military-based assaults that has been building in Borno State over the past several weeks. On January 26, 2026, just 5 weeks ago, a Boko Haram ambush on a military convoy traveling from Maiduguri to Damasak in Moba local government area took out 7 soldiers, including a newly promoted lieutenant colonel who had just been elevated from the rank of major. Then just weeks before today, insurgents attacked an army base in Jakana, located in Kaga local government area, where armored vehicles were destroyed and weapons were taken. The Nigerian Army's own public relations officer for Operation Hadin Kai confirmed attacks in Rann, Dikwa, and Gajiram, telling reporters that the Rann attack alone resulted in the loss of 4 personnel and the destruction of military vehicles, including a Russian-made T-72 tank. 4 bases in roughly 5 weeks, 4 separate military formations penetrated, overrun or hit, and now today a 5th with a major confirmed dead. If you are following this channel, and this analysis of Nigeria's security crisis is what keeps you informed, please subscribe right now, hit that notification bell, and make sure you never miss a single update, because this story is moving fast and the details matter. The broader context behind this intensifying campaign is something Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has been screaming from the rooftops since April 2025, when he publicly declared that Boko Haram was making gains again in the state, compromising military formations, and that without adequate military protection, Borno residents were subjected to almost daily kidnappings and attacks. That was 11 months ago, and the situation has not improved. It has gotten significantly worse. What is even more alarming is that security sources say the insurgents are now deploying drones for surveillance before launching attacks, using aerial reconnaissance to study base layouts, troop positions, and patrol patterns before striking with devastating precision. This is not a primitive armed group operating on instinct. This is an increasingly sophisticated insurgency that is learning, adapting, and upgrading its tactics in real time. American troops are currently deployed in Nigeria to train and advise Nigerian military forces in their counter-terrorism operations. An advance team arrived on February 3, with an additional 100 personnel arriving by February 16. The presence of American military advisors signals how seriously the international community views the security threat in the Northeast. But the attacks are continuing, and each one that succeeds, each base that is overrun, each officer that is killed, each weapon that is taken strengthens ISWAP's narrative that it is winning. That narrative matters because insurgencies are not won by firepower alone. They are won or lost in the minds of communities. When soldiers retreat into bushes, when bases fall, When a major is taken out and the army says nothing officially, communities in the northeast see it and draw their own conclusions. National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu stirred enormous controversy just 2 days ago by calling terrorists our brothers and saying Nigerians must seek dialogue with them. His statement was widely condemned as tone-deaf and insulting to the families of those killed. And now, 48 hours later, another base has fallen and another officer is dead. Here is the question for you today. Do you believe Nigeria's current military strategy in the northeast is working, or does the relentless series of base attacks, officer deaths, and weapon seizures prove that a completely new approach is urgently needed? Drop your honest answer in the comments below. Share this video so every Nigerian understands the full picture of what is happening in Borno State right now. Like it if this breakdown gave you the complete account, and stay subscribed because as this crisis continues to develop and as more details emerge from today's attack near Banki, we will be right here with every update.